Good morning. Good evening, Sephora. Waiting in the wings. Good morning and welcome to Friday. Somewhere in October.
11.
Something like 11. Yeah, something like that. Something like that. Where's my tea?
Oh, sorry, yeah, I'm here. Yeah, I forgot. It's a bit early.
Tea's early this morning, yeah.
It's a bit early, but
Just put the tea down.
I'm hoping you were going to have a sleep by the time it had put
Yeah,
down. So
a little bit tired.
a little bit. Partying all night.
If I start snoozing, someone give me a prod. Good morning, Karen. As always, if you are watching, do please pop a hello in the comments. And yes, good morning, Jane. Good morning. Yeah, it's been a hectic week again. There's so much happening behind the scenes. It's so exciting. Anyway, good morning, Claire. Good morning. I won't be vague for very long anyway. Good morning, Janet. Good morning. Welcome to whatever this is. Kitchen Witch community. There you go. That'll do, won't it? What have we got? Tomorrow. Don't miss it. It's going to be good. MoonCon 24. Free, online, open to everyone. Encountering Fairy. We've got 3 fabulous fairy experts talking about different cultures of fairy. And then I will be hosting a panel as well with all of the speakers to answer your questions on fairy. Starts at 6 p.m. UK time, finishes at 9 p.m. 3 hours of chat about all things fairy from very, very knowledgeable people, not me. It's going to be amazing. It's on the Moonbooks Publishing Facebook page and on the Moonbooks Publishing YouTube channel, streaming live tomorrow. Be there or be square or something like that. That dates me quite a lot, doesn't it? Good morning, Lorraine. Good morning, Angela. Good morning, Emma. Good morning, Karen. Good morning, Amanda. Good morning, Xenia. Love that gorgeous clock behind you. Clock. I don't have a clock. Which clock? Oh, cloak. I'm so tired. Cloak. It's actually just that one. It's just a piece of fabric. It would make a fabulous cloak, though, wouldn't it? Yes, very McGonagall. In her honor, obviously. It's hiding stuff. It's hiding Kitchen Witch stock because, it's tidier. Good morning, Jalala. Good morning, Maria. MoonCon will be on replay if you can't make it live, but if you can, make it live and then you can ask questions and interact and stuff. But it will be on replay too. Good morning, Tony. Oh, Xenia, stop putting me on the big screen. Good morning, Susan. Good morning, Megan. Good morning, everyone. Lots of lovely people here bright and early. Thank you so much for joining me. So yes, MoonCon 24 tomorrow. Very, very exciting. It's going to be a good one. What else have we got? Anyone local? Next Saturday, 19th of October, Raw Eden Apothecary are opening in their new premises in Fareham, in Wickham in Fareham. 11 till 4, they're having their open day, and Heather and I will be there doing readings. So do pop along if you are local. Come and have a look at the shop. Come and grab a reading if you want it. Come and say hello, grab a coffee, all of that stuff. For anything that you want to know what's on Kitchen Witch, myself, otherwise on our websites. Kitchen Witch website, on my website, on the events pages, on the what's on pages. All the details are there and we keep them up to date. Good morning, Sylvia. Oh yes, Candle Magic Workshop as well for those local to Wickham. Ness, Heather and I will be running a Candle Magic Workshop on Sunday the 10th of November. There's lots of stuff going on. Lots of stuff. Angela, always have you on the big screen. Oh, Chat on phone, so I see you twice. Oh, that's not good. Sephora, tomorrow is 33rd wedding anniversary. Congratulations. Thought Blast No Fairies. Oh, yes, but for those in the Southern Hemisphere, MoonCon will be Sunday morning. Good morning, Nita. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Welcome. So last week, when we were talking about whatever we were talking about, because that was a week ago and I can't remember now, we mentioned sound magic and music in magic. So that's the theme for today. Good morning, Trudy. Good morning, Flower Earthstar. Good morning. Good morning. So that's the theme for today. Sound magic, music in magic. How do you work with it? How do you feel the sound vibrations affect you and your magical workings? That is the theme for today. So there you go. Have at it. Emma, same with me. Have you on the big screen and on my phone? Oh, there were too many big screens. We're going to have to up my makeup game. So yeah, there you go. Music today. Music and sound. Sounds like the name of a film. I apologise. I am very tired, so the words may not happen properly today, but we'll see how we go. Let's have a think. So let's start perhaps with the obvious, sound baths. Do love a good sound bath, as long as it's gongs and not singing bowls. I love the gongs. I love the sound vibrations. I love that laying there all cozied up and comfy with the sound waves from the gong floating over you. Fabulous. Brilliant way to escape. Crystal bowls, singing bowls, haven't found the right frequency for me yet. I think there is a different frequency for each person. I think some frequencies you will resonate with, others you'll go, oh. And so far for singing bowls, I haven't found one that I've really connected with. Most of them make my teeth go on edge. So I think sound as well is very personal. And it's all about vibrations. It is sound vibrations. That's what heals. That's what creates the energy. That's what makes the magic. It's the vibrations. So if you're not connecting with those vibrations, or if you're clashing with those vibrations, that's not going to work. But yes, gong bath, definitely up for that. Drumming. But then drums are different tones and different sound vibrations too. I had the privilege to birth my own stag skin drum. And it was an amazing experience if you get the chance to do it, because it is absolutely wonderful. Wet and icky, but wonderful. But that drum needs to be warm. If you try and play it while it's cold, it sounds like you're hitting a cold, wet rice pudding. But it's a lovely sound when it's warm. I have a goatskin Bowen drum, which plays brilliantly all the time, doesn't need to have the skin warmed up. But they're both very different sounds, and different sizes of drums will be different sounds. Different types of skin on the drums will be different sounds. If you've got a drum kit, all of the drums will be different sounds. Different sizes will be different sounds. Different skins that you put on them will make different sounds. So there's so many different variations, even just with drums. But I think the drum for me is one of my favorite sound vibrations. It does take you off somewhere. And if you've ever been at a pagan event and there have been drummers there, pentacle drummers and the like, just you can feel the sound. You can feel the beat of the drum. Fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. But yeah, it has to be the right resonance for you, I think. But drumming for me is my favorite drum, I think, is the great big timpani drums, like they have at the back of the orchestra. The huge, enormous things. If you're familiar with the theme tune to Hawaii Five-0, it's that big bassy drum sound at the beginning. That one is amazing. That takes me straight off. Yeah, drums are probably my favorite, but I do like a gong as well. Oh, lots of comments. Good morning, Mark. Oh, thank you, Angela. See, Xenia, I love singing bowls and run away from gongs. It's very personal. Sound, I think, is very personal. Maria, yeah, tinnitus. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. Jane, didn't think I'd be keen on a sound bath till we had one at circle meeting. We used a mix of instruments on each other. Small drums, singing bowl, triangle, witch bells, rain stick. It was lovely and felt so healing. I think for the full-on experience, if you go to one where the ones I've been to, everyone lays down on mats, camp beds, whatever you want to bring, yoga mats. You get your blankie tucked up in your blanket too. Some of them do cacao or hot chocolate or something beforehand. You get all tucked up, close your eyes, lights go down. And the ones I've been to, they have had gongs that are, as tall as me. An array of gongs, a few rain sticks, singing bowls and things. And you spend the next half an hour, 40 minutes, while someone is playing all this amazing loud music to you. And the gong that is as big as you are, that's got some sound vibrations. I don't think there's anything quite like it. It is amazing. We're to experiment with slapping wet rice pudding. Yeah, I like a rice pudding though. Do like rice pudding, it's one of my favourites. A simple thing I think of in regards to sound is an altar bell if you use one. I use one because I can hear the pitch of the one I have. Nice. I hadn't thought about that. Yes. I have a couple of bells for the altar. Never really used them. But yeah, I hadn't thought about that. If you want the sound to key you into something, then a bell would be perfect. Jane, if slapping it doesn't cut it, try climbing in. I would quite happily. Sylvia, music can make me feel magical depending on which spell I need to do. I use in my works. Often more of the fairy tale type music just adds to it. Gong baths make me sleep even when laying next to it. I think it does. I think that's the idea of the gong bath though, isn't it? You do drift away and I love it. It's fantastic. The other side of music is using it in magic. And I think it's very, very underused. Let's start with meditation. All good for you, whether you do 5 minutes meditation or half an hour. I will admit I'm not a big fan of the plinky plonky meditation music. I don't want to feel like I'm standing in a lift or in the supermarket. I'm not keen on the plinky plonky music. I don't mind the ocean sounds because I love the ocean sounds. Rainforest and all that, just not for me. What I do like for meditation music is a bit of Bollywood. The theme soundtrack to Best Exotic Marigold Hotel is brilliant for meditating too. I've got a couple of Bollywood CDs, albums too. I love that for meditating. Brilliant. There are some really good chants out there as well. I tend to use Spotify these days. There are some good, there are some chants with Hindu deity names which work really well. I like Bollywood, love a bit of Bollywood music. But don't limit yourself to the plinky plonky stuff. I also like meditating to Stevie Nicks, Kate Bush, Journey. But I don't think you even need to limit yourself to lyrical. I like the lyrical stuff, the storytelling kind of music, because that for me works quite well with meditating. But if you want to meditate to Megadeth, then do it. It's got to be what works for you. It's got to be, we're sound vibrations again. We're resonating with you. So it has to be music that works for you. But don't limit yourself to meditation music. Test it out, experiment and see what works for you. You might be quite surprised. But then there is the spell working side and the ritual side of it as well. you're raising energy when you're in ritual, you're raising energy for spell working. So it makes sense to me to bring music in because music raises your energy. Now, for me, it's always going to be Jimmy Somerville, whatever way you cut it. But again, tailor it to what works for you. There's some brilliant pagan music out there if you want to tie that into if you're doing a Sabbath ritual or something for a particular deity. There are some amazing pagan bands. I mean, there is Damn the Bard, obviously, Sprig and Mist, the Dolmen, Kellyana has some amazing stuff. Brilliant pagan bands. But again, don't limit yourself to it doesn't have to be pagan music. It can be anything you want it to be because you'll be raising the energy. So you've got to enjoy it. You've got to connect with that music. It's got to make you tap your foot or dance around like a loony. Yeah, that's me. Anytime Jimmy Somerville comes on. But it has to resonate with you. But you can also bring in the theme. So if you are perhaps working a prosperity spell, you could bring in something that's got money in the title. Money ain't for nothing. Hey, big spender. Money. Whatever makes you think of that intent. Bring that music in while you're working the ritual or working the spell, because that will add extra layers of power to it. And again, it doesn't have to be anything particular. Pick something from your chosen genre of music and work that into it, because you're raising the energy. When you're listening to that music, it helps you raise the energy. So it has got to be something that you kind of connect with. But it's all about energy. It's all about vibrations. That all of it is about that. So it has to work for you. Let's have a look. Zephora. Wardruna, yes, very good. Big energy rising music, very good. Ivor, anything from the soundtrack of Last Kingdom, the voices, drums is my get in the mood music, perfect. Xenia, I made a drum in a workshop too. Can confirm as for the sound when it's wet or dry weather. If you are at an event and you have got a skin drum, let me grab it so you know what I mean. One like that. That's the back of it, obviously. But if you've got one like that that has been made in that way, the skin is very twangy because it's cold. If you're at an event and they've got a fire, just hold it not in the fire, but let the heat from the fire warm the skin before you play it, and it will play much nicer. It definitely benefits from being warm. Nita, love to listen to Gregorian chant as I find it soothing and relaxing. I think anything that chants, the repetitiveness is really good in meditation because that takes you off, doesn't it? It is that repetition. Maria, can't listen to drumming, just start headbanging. Yes. Yeah, depends what music it is. Yeah, but it's got to work for you. But then that's raising energy. So that's all good. Sephora, Diana Ankudinova, using her voice in June, vocalizing sound, not words, I find is another whose voice stirs magic. There's a few that I've seen that do that, and it works very well, doesn't it? Angela, not a fan of the plinky plonky stuff either. Oh, panpipes, no. Sorry, panpipe players. Drive me crazy, like nails on a chalkboard. That's what singing bowls do to me. Emma, I'd be inclined to sing along. But for me, that's part of it. If you're singing along, you're raising the energy. You're getting into the music. You are connecting with those sound vibrations. And that's what it's all about. That's part of it for me, is the sing-along. Oh, sorry, panpipes, but I'm with you on that one. Xenia, if several people drum together, there is no point if they don't find the same rhythm. Oh, yes, that's a very good point. and everyone just drums the rhythm they want and want to express themselves. Had it at camp and I wanted to run away because I felt awful. Yeah. During another different shamanic group ritual, all were keeping the same rhythm, which had a significant effect and worked well. You have to be in time. If you're playing as a group, you have to be in time. It's one of the reasons why we've been asked several times to do drumming rituals online. The problem there is with the different feeds, the timing's going to be out slightly, and I think that would sound quite hideous. But we could give it a try, but I'm not sure that would work. Not everyone has timing, and timing is quite essential when you're drumming as a group. You've got to be able to stay in time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Got to do it if you're drumming together, because otherwise it is a horrible mess. But if you're on your own, it doesn't matter. You can drum and keep time and your own time. It's absolutely fine. It does make a difference when you're drumming together. Jalala, enjoy listening to Maylan when meditating, but she does use singing bowls as well. Maybe there is a frequency out there of a singing bowl that I haven't found yet that is the right one for me. Not yet. Not yet. Oh, good word, Maria. Discombobulated. Excellent word. Word for the day. Jane, I use different music for different things in my purple room, along with candles, salt lamps, and incense. Doesn't sound the same in the living room. I listen to Viking music, belly dance music with lots of tabla, fantasy stuff like, oh yes, the Lord of the Rings CDs and the Harry Potter soundtracks actually are very good, particularly for meditating. Some of the CDs that came with Mind, Body, Spirit. Favorite track at the moment is Maggie Riley. Oh, Mike Oldfield, Moonlight Shallow. Yes, anything I think by Mike Oldfield is very good for meditating too. But yeah, it has to. I think particularly with meditating, or if you're doing a ritual, it's about setting the scene as well, isn't it? It's about getting that atmosphere. And music and incense and candles all play a big part of that, don't they? But it is tying it in. The Practical Magic soundtrack as well is very good. Sephora, get in the mood for magic and meditation. Very dragon music. Oh, like a bit of dragon music. I think theming it does work as well, because when I was writing Sulis, I listened to a lot of Roman music. Obviously not the ancient recordings, because they didn't have that facility, but modern musicians playing what they believed would have been played in ancient Rome. And that kind of, Sulis is older than that, obviously, but it was one of the closest things that kind of connected me to the Roman bards. So it is about bringing in that connection as well. If you are working with a ritual and you're bringing in the elements, you could play different sounds for each element. Crackling fire sounds, running water sounds, air, wind in the trees sounds, earth. Earth would probably be drumming, wouldn't it? I think that would be, yeah. But you could bring in those sounds to bring the elements in, and that's easily done. YouTube, Spotify, they've all got sounds, natural sounds, earth sounds, all that type of thing. That would work to bring in the elements. Susan, I have a beautiful crow rattle from Winner, but I've seen those. They look fabulous, which I can rattle while dancing. Rattles, drums, anything like that. There are some beautiful ones that you can make or buy. But if you don't have anything, biscuit tin works well as a drum. Biscuit tin with dried peas or lentils or dried rice in works really well as a rattle or a rain stick. Tupperware tubs work really well as drums. Make your own if you don't have anything. I remember giving the kids wooden spoons to hit saucepans with in the kitchen while I was cooking. No reason why you can't do that. It's sound. And as long as that sound resonates with you, no matter what you're hitting or playing, it just has to be a vibration that resonates with you. Lots of recommendations here. Gonna have to make a list from this. Angela, I like James Asher and his Feet in the Soil album. I don't know that one. Very tribal and lots of drums. I cannot not move or zone out when I put that one. Oh, I should try that one. Excellent. That sounds good. Do you like drums? Maria, yes. Halung as well as Wardruna, both very good. Xenia, listening to metal after a stressful workday or stressful situation, it floats the stress and anger away and brings pure calm. This is, I think, where it's a very personal thing. You come in from a stressed day, and most people would think, oh, I'll put on a bit of classical music to de-stress. Doesn't work for everybody. I like a bit of classical, wouldn't work for me. Chuck a bit of Lemmy on or AC/DC, and I would be a happy bunny. Yeah, absolutely. Jane, I used to love Tay's music, but it feels a bit too Catholic now. We were talking about this the other day. Can't remember who with, because lack of sleep, brain not functioning. I like a hymn. Do like a hymn. I like to sing a hymn. Love Christmas carols. Does it matter that they are Christian and I am no longer? I don't think so. I think as long as it resonates, it's a sound, it is a musical vibration. And I think that's the important part. Like your hats, do you still wear them? Yeah, my top hat up there and my bowler hat there. Ooh, there. I do love a hat. I don't wear those very often because I haven't been to any outside rituals recently. But there are photos of me wearing them at various rituals and events and things. I love a hat. What I actually want is to go back to the outfits of 1920s, Poirot, where all the ladies dress in beautiful gowns and outfits and long duster coats and hats and matching gloves. And yeah, that would be good. Let's not go back in time for much else. I still want flushing toilets and ensuite bathrooms. Emma, no one deserves to hear me sing. No, I'm with you on that one, Emma. I am with you on that one. I can apparently sing in all of the octaves and all of the chords all at the same time, which makes it quite hideous. But if you're on your own, does it matter? I think if you're doing a ritual or a spell on your own, doesn't matter what you sound like, does it? Although I was chatting with Nimue Brown the other day on the Pagan Porter podcast, and she said anyone can be taught to sing. I did put the challenge to her that it might take her quite a long time, possibly many lifetimes, to teach me to be able to sing. Zephora, I have Florence and the Machine in the car at the moment. King comes on, it's like magic. My foot gets very heavy on the accelerator. It can be expensive magic. Driving music. Now there's a whole other thing, isn't there? Yeah, driving music has to be Queen or Meatloaf or something like that, doesn't it? Yeah. Although, we have our own buttons on the radio in the car. Mine's absolute 80s. Pete's is absolute 70s. We just flick between the two. Jane, I was in circle once trying to raise power by stomping around to a drum beat. The step was 3 time, the beat was 4 time. Took us a while to realize why we were making such a mess of it. Timing is quite important if you are in a group. Yes, absolutely. You have to all be in sync with the timing. Otherwise, it does go very pear-shaped. Trudy Moglai, the singer, she is good for relaxing and meditation spell work as the music is atmospheric. Tracks like Earth Wanderer draws in the energies, elements. I don't know her either. I will look that up. I'm making a list of all this stuff. Brilliant. Karen, as usual, I'm on the opposite side. If we were all the same, life would be boring. Quite like the pan pipes. But yes, it's got to resonate with you. And everyone is different. And everyone will react differently to the different sound vibrations. But it's all about raising energy. It's all about connections. So it has to work for you. Xenia, I prefer if only the ritual leader was drumming and everyone else could journey in peace. I do find that a bit. If I am journeying myself, with my drum, it works because I do drift away. But because I'm also concentrating on keeping time with the drum, there's that little bit of distraction. I do prefer to have, the sounds around me while I just relax. That makes sense. Nita, yes, indeed. Love metal when I'm feeling need to raise my energy after a trial of a day. Yeah, but it doesn't have to be metal. I think it has to be music that is upbeat, loud, faster paced, not, blinky plonky, not romantic stuff, But if you're doing a love spell or a love ritual, then, Barry White's your man, really. But if you're trying to raise energy or release stress, then I think you need something a bit more upbeat. Claire, there's a witchcraft song collection playlist on Ataraxe YouTube channel. That's quite good if you want some background music. I don't know that one as well. I am big long list here. Thank you. Mark began listening to, of course, the Medieval Babes years ago before I began my path. Still listen to them and now realise why some of their tracks really resonated with, no pun intended, with me. Yeah, they're another good one. Another good one. Maria, I just listened to Yob. That's a good name. And Any Doom to get there. Singing alone is a connection to that network, like an umbilical cord. Yeah. And I think there are songs that will evoke memories. I think that's one of the things that music as a whole does. It evokes memories. It evokes feelings. It does. A lot of them do make connections. You'll remember things that happened, or you remember particular periods of time in your life, or songs that you associate with other people. Very, very strong emotions that will raise the energy as well. Purple Room. Yeah, we've all got Purple Room hankerings. Oh, Karen. Pink Floyd is quite meditative for me. Yeah, Pink Floyd for me would be like taking a sedative, knock me out so I don't have to listen to them. I am sorry. I know lots of people like them. They are not for me. But that's an example that not all music is going to work for everybody. You have to find your own connection. It has to work for you. Oh, Nita, I am sorry. I don't like them. But, personal choices. Personal choices. No, not running water just makes one to go to, yes. Yeah, there is a thing with the running water. It's that kind of trickling water, isn't it, that just makes you want to go and powder your nose. Yeah. For water, I do like to listen to ocean, the sound of the ocean. I find that is much better than the trickling water. Sephora. Being spring here, our garden is literally humming with bees, and it's an amazing vibration frequency when so many so happy in blossom. Now, interesting fact. Well, I found it interesting. On Gardener's World last week, yeah, I'm old. I watch Gardener's World. They visited a scientist that has been doing lots of investigating into bees and how the flowers attract them. And it's all about static vibrations. So the bees actually know what flowers still have pollen in them by the static electric vibrations. How clever is that? Vibrations again. More vibrations. Xenia, soundtracks of fantasy films. Yes, Lord of the Rings. And I heard that Alexander's used Carmina Burana for their rituals. That's top notch. It works. It's not going to work for everybody, but it works. Yeah, I'm up for a bit of Lord of the Rings soundtrack. Yes. Xenia, I love the Tazy chants list. Again, it's, got to be a personal thing. Jane, Danheim and Skald just takes me to another place. There's some brilliant recommendations here, and I will be making a list. Do you use different things for for different occasions, though. Would you use, obviously, the chants are brilliant for meditation, but would you use them in ritual? Mordruna, would you use that for ritual? Would you use that for meditation? Would you use it for spell working? All of the above? Do you select different, are there different types of music that you work with for different things? Karen, I love Native American music, panpipes and drums. They help me relax. Yeah, drumming. Panpipes are a bit, yeah. Angela, I love hats, but they don't love me. I look ridiculous. You just haven't found the right one, yeah, Angela. That's what it is. Just haven't found the right one. Yeah, there are some people, and I can't wear a baseball hat because I look really silly in it. But a proper hat, yeah, that works. Emma, we sing in all the right notes, not necessarily in the right order. Yes, that's the Morecambe and Wise sketch, isn't it? Yeah, playing all the right notes, just not in the right order. Jane, I've just gone back to the choir I left 12 years ago. Very sad at the state of my voice, but looking forward to rehearsing for the Christmas concert because a lot of what we sing is pagan. There's a lot of pagan threads running through the Christmas carols, isn't there? And pitched lower so we can all sing it comfortably. As not being a singer, but as I understand it, the voice is a muscle, and if it's not used, then it gets out of practice. Practice makes perfect. But how wonderful to be able to sing in a choir. Fabulous. Xenia, angry and aggressive electronic music also puts me to calm after stressful situations like Hokiko, Hossi. So don't know that one. You're all giving me weird words just to see if I can pronounce them or not. Well, obviously, I like a bit of electronic music because I am stuck in my music tastes are stuck in the 80s pop. Depeche Mode, Bronski Beat, yeah, Cyndi Lauper. Yeah, I'm there. I'm absolutely there. Yaz. Yeah, that works for me. Jane, panpipes always makes me think of those three chaps all stuck together in one of the comedy sketches of Yore. I don't remember that one. Panpipes make me think of, in our local city, there was always I think they were South American group of musicians, very talented, but a lot of it was panpipes. And whenever I hear them, that's what I think of. This group standing in the shopping centre playing their music. Maria, drone is good for meditation. I'm not going to know most of your bands, Maria, but I am going to look them up because I'm interested. Angela, Greg, Hall of the Mountain King is what soothsayer me when I'm stressed out. Different things, isn't it? Different things to raise energy, different things to relax you, to release stress, different music. Yeah, no, I don't like Floyd. Sorry, Maria. Sephora, got to an age now where it's not just fashion doing the rounds, but the music. Yes, Kate Bush running up the hill. That was from the TV show, wasn't it? Goo Goo Dolls from Tuesday. A lot of the TV series do seem to be bringing the 80s music back in for their soundtracks. I'm all for it. Absolutely all for it. If they could just bring back leg warmers and rah-rah skirts, I would be very happy. I have still got leg warmers, so I do still wear them. Jalala, Cinemix radio station is constant soundtracks. Alexa plays it for us all the time. Oh, I don't know that one. I looked that one up. That's interesting. I think soundtracks are really, really interesting to look into, particularly the fantasy ones, as was mentioned earlier. Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, Labyrinth, of course, Practical Magic, all of those. The soundtracks are brilliant. Mark, I love Carmina Burana. And why wouldn't you? Angela, saw the Medieval Babes the first time many years ago at a witch fest in Croydon. Yep. I'd never heard of them before, and the performance was so powerful it made me cry. I think the ancient instruments and the acoustics of the theatre absolutely enhanced the experience. They are very talented. And I also think is there perhaps a lot of youth today that don't go to these theatres for gigs? because you don't get the atmosphere anywhere else. You can download it, you can stream it into your earpods, but to actually be there in a not an O2 size theatre, which is good anyway, but in a smaller theatre with everybody all watching the same band, all part of the same energy. There's nothing quite like it. Well, the last one we went to, which was a few years ago, everyone they had their phones. They weren't watching the band on stage. They were watching it through their camera screen, filming it. How much are you missing out of that gig? How much of that energy are you missing by watching it through your phone? I think a lot. I don't think there's anything quite like being in a group of other people watching the same band and all being caught up in that energy. Xenia, I like YouTube ambience videos in the background which have atmospheric background sound. Nature sounds, rain, forest, thunder. Thunder is a good one. Yes, having a storm soundtrack, very, very atmospheric. Sometimes more mystical or gothic tunes. Found out dark Ademia ambience, which I like for the witch season. Nice. And if Pete is watching and listening, what is the band that your fantasy one? I can't think of their name. They are brilliant. The one that you like. Can't think of their name. Put it in the comments. I can't think what their name is, but their music is brilliant. That's very Avantasia. That's it. Thank you. Can you put a link on, please? Avantasia. Brilliant band. It's very, very talented, very, very atmospheric. Their music is brilliant. Jalala, I was at the Witches Market a couple of weeks ago and someone was testing the drums there for sale. I was surprised at how loud they were. We're going to visit the Witches Market in December, actually. So see you there if you're there. Going for a jolly. But yes, and drums as well. Like, it depends how hard you hit them as well, of course. If you hit your drum, just, you can do lightly, or you can give it a good there's a difference in sound by how hard you hit them as well. So that's going to make a difference. And acoustics. I'm in a little room here. If you're in a bigger hall, the acoustics of it's all going to be quite different. Karen, damn the bard for cooking magic. Starting with the cauldron board. I like it. Listen to Dave while you cook. Love it. Karen, I play the Native American drone flute. Yes, I have seen you play that and find it sends into sacred space when I'm playing. I always feel better when I've played, even if it's for the other people. I play from the heart, so get lost in the sound. Actually, that's another thought, is music as offering. If you play an instrument, if you play an instrument of any kind, you can play something to deity, to spirit, to the land as an offering. You're taking your time, you're putting your energy into it, and you are giving that as an offering. And that works brilliantly. If you sing, even if you're not very good at singing is an offering as well, if you do it with the right intent. So that, offerings don't have to be physical, but because you are offering something that has a vibration, then it works just as well. Maria, before I go, at Kew Gardens there's a structure called the Hive. Yes, where swarms of bees have been recorded along with faint piano keys. When you enter, the sound of the key of the keys automatically distresses you and could put you into a sedated state. Bees are clever. Bees are very, very clever. Nita, always have classic MM in the car, but 80s rock when I'm cooking. That's a good combination. Emma, I've used the punk metal band The Hell Freaks music for healing and kindness work. They have a song called Witches Heal. Okay. And they've shown me nothing but kindness when I've spoken to them. Brilliant. Absolutely perfect. Claire, I had a music teacher that said no one sounds any better after years of playing the bagpipes. Yeah, it's an interesting instrument. I think if you've had bagpipes as part of a band for ceremonial marches and things like that, it can work very well. But a lone bagpipe player, yeah. Mark, leg warmers and rah skirts are nearly choked on my toast. I'm there, Mark. I still have leg warmers. Still have a rah skirt, but a bit old for that now. Nothing wrong with leg warmers. I never left 1984, 85. I would quite happily still be there. My musical tastes don't really stray much outside of 80s pop. Very, very rarely do they stray outside of that. It's just how it goes. Sephora just crocheted yoga socks, that's leg warmers. Yeah. Just leg warmers with a fancy name. Listening to songs from 1966 or 67 takes me back, like time travel. Yes. Over, under, sideways, down, paperback writer. I'm eating a sticky Kunzel cake and writing in my diary with a green bic. Can even smell my Rimmel Lily of the Valley cologne. So evocative. I've still got my Rimmel purple lipstick. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Things that takes you back. Music definitely takes you back. Yeah, to the school disco. Absolutely. Yeah, I have songs that I associate with when I was going to school discos. I have songs that I associate with my time in Petersfield Young Farmers. Tainted Love was a theme tune. There are songs that take you back to specific places, to specific times. And if you are part of a couple, you may well have a song that's yours as well. Pete and I We Have All the Time in the World played at our wedding. We had a beautiful South song as well. But songs, you know. When we were clearing out the loft, I found a mixed tape that Pete made for me when we were courting with Def Leppard on it, who I'd never heard of at the time. But I do love them now. Mixed tapes, they were good, weren't they? Like mixed tapes. We don't have anything to play a mixtape. We don't even have anything to play a CD on now. So, yes, Omnia, great pagan band, definitely. Nita, I'm so with you here. Fabulous time for music. I think that's generational, isn't it? That is generational. Possibly what music you listened to and loved in your teens will be the kind of area that you like. Mark, you're right about live music. Loved T-Rex and Mark Boland. Went to a T-Rex gig. It was fantastic. Love Cosmic Dancer, and when Daniels sang it, brought tears to my eyes. Live, yeah. I know we've been lucky enough. We've seen Cher and Meatloaf, Aerosmith, Bon Jovi. I've seen Fleetwood Mac several times. Lots and lots of the greats. We have been very, very lucky to see them. And there's nothing quite like it. Nothing quite like it. Oh, there's the thank you. Avantasia website link there. Do have a look if you like atmospheric fantasy rock music. They're brilliant. Delilah, I play music to the trees. I hope they like my choices of music. They're probably like, oh, geez, this again. Rose leaves. I like that. Like that you play the music to the trees. That's brilliant. Karen, I play as an offering. Whenever I visit the sea, the woods, etc., sacred space, I carry a tiny flute with me in case I need to play. I haven't got the drum with me. Brilliant. Brilliant. I think it works really well as an offering. The background track in the first Daisy perfume ads resonates with me, so I looked it up. It's called Cherie by Suicide. It takes me into sort of dreamland. I wonder what it is that makes a song really resonate with us. And I'm assuming it is the way that the sound vibrations are placed. There must be something that just connects. Because often it does happen, doesn't it? Much as I'm stuck in the 80s, there are the odd song that really are, that's that's caught my attention. Yeah, there's that vibration connection, I think. Trudy, couldn't resist popping out of chat to listen to Avantasia. The Scarecrow came up first. Really good. We'll listen later. They are good. Yes. Fantastic band. Sephora, the piper who led out the Queen's funeral had me blubbering. It was haunting. Yeah, that whole thing was, emotional. And yeah, bagpipes with metal. I have heard that. I have seen and heard someone playing metal music with bagpipes. Bizarre. Monique, good morning. Loved the 80s. The music was great, but I like all types and even the bagpipes too. There's some great music out played by bagpipes. I think it has to be that connection to the music again. Anything with drums gets me, but the saxophone, amazing instrument. Something about the saxophone that resonates with me as well. So I think it has to be very personal, and particular instruments will connect with different people on different levels because you're talking vibrations, and it has to connect. Jane, when we stayed at Helmsley Youth Hostel in the 70s, the warden played an album of bagpipe music every morning to get everyone up and drive them out of the hostel. That'll work. You could probably play me anything modern to get me up out. Emma, went to 2 Fall Out Boy gigs. Good band. Every youngster had their phones out and watching through the small screen, which made me wonder why they didn't, stay at home and watch the videos on YouTube. Pointless, isn't it? Absolutely pointless. Yeah. Mark, my wife is an 80s music lover and I'm a 70s fan, maybe just a bit of early 80s too. Our wedding song was Heatwave, Always and Forever. We're a bit in our house minds, 80s pop. Pete, obviously being a drummer in a band, loves all music, but his favorite is the fluffy 80s rock, but a lot of the 70s too, because that's his teenage years. But I think we're both kind of open to most music. If the person can sing, if it's got, Pete likes all of the harmonies. If they can sing and play, then that's all well and good, I think. I like a bit of everything. I do not like rap. It's just no. Most things I'll happily listen to. Heard of Samantha Fox? Absolutely, 80s teenager. Yes, I am familiar. Yes, Karen, shout out for Susan Paramore too. Great songs. Very nice lady. Xenia, Helen make their concerts actual rituals and energies being raised. Brilliant way of doing it. You are if you are in a concert, if you go to see a band, you are in that group participation thing, aren't you? So make it is almost a ritual anyway, but to make it properly into one is a brilliant idea. Karen, love the pagan song Goddess and the Weaver. Yes, that's a very nice song. Monique, Journey. Yeah, all Journey. Don't Stop Believing. All of the Journey songs. We saw them live, actually, up in London a few years back. They're amazing, amazing band. And I do listen to Journey for meditation quite a lot. Saxophone. Yeah, it's nice. Karen, our wedding songs were by Nick Cave, Metallica and Led Zeppelin. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Sephora, if patrons wouldn't leave the restaurant at end of shift, we'd put on Foster and Allen. It worked a treat every time. I don't mind Foster and Allen. Bit of folk music. Jane, rap begins with C, but yes. Musical youth. Richard's throwing 80s bands. I'm there, absolutely. I did see Paul Young in concert. I did see Tears for Fears in concert as well. They were both amazing. My heart is with Jimmy Somerville and all of those variations. But again, it's not Pete's kind of thing. He says some very rude things about his music. But you have to like it. So it's not going to work for everyone. Trudy, Last of the Mohicans theme tune when they are running through the forest and mountains. Clanad. Yeah. Brilliant. That made me think of Stargate Atlantis. If you've seen the TV series Stargate Atlantis, and if you haven't, why haven't you? It's brilliant. Their theme is hauntingly beautiful. And it sounds in part of it like people are singing. So I Googled, I spent some time Googling to see if I could find out what they're actually singing. And they aren't singing anything. They are just making vocal sounds. And it is really hauntingly beautiful. Love it. Xenia's not for rap either. Karen, favourite band in concert was the Rolling Stones. Well, they are legends, aren't they? Not my particular favourite, but they are legends. And obviously Keith Richards is the Highlander. There can be only one. He will be here standing when everyone else has gone. Oh, you're welcome, Janet. Enya. Yes, very good for meditating too. Absolutely. And she lives in a castle, apparently, with loads of cats. Can't get better than that, can you? Oh, yes. Now, Karen has mentioned the harp. What a beautiful instrument. I like the harp music as well. That is very, very haunting. Yes, and it is the opening music of Stargate Atlantis. If you haven't heard it, people go and have a search for it because it is beautiful. Yeah, Keith is the Highlander. There won't be anyone. Richard's naming my entire music collection. The Cure, Pet Shop Boys, Echo and the Bunnymen. Yeah, Depeche Mode, Simply Red. Yeah, we could keep going forever. That is my entire music collection. Jane thinks Keith Richards has already gone. We've gone way off tangent, haven't we? But someone's found a way of making. Do you think he's a zombie of some sort? But I think there are legends in music, whether you like them or not. I wouldn't choose to listen to Rolling Stones, but I do appreciate that they are absolute legends. And obviously, Keith Richards, of course, is related to, Pirates of the Caribbean, Captain Jack. Captain Jack's dad, he played, I think, didn't he? Perfect. I think it's about recognizing that music of any kind, singing, even speech really, is a vibration. It is an energy vibration. And you're not going to connect with all of those vibrations. It's about finding which one works for you. But I think it's all about finding ones that work for you and finding the right situation too, but also not just narrowing yourself down from the point of meditation. Don't just think you have to listen to plinky plonky music. Put on some heavy metal and see if it works for you. Work your way through the different genres and see what works. And also bring it into your ritual and into your spell working, because it is an energy waveform and it will build that energy, it will raise that energy, and it will help you with whatever magic you're working with. It is very much vibrational. David Bowie, well, yeah, legend. Nothing else for it, legend. David, now being told to recommend Andy Burroughs from Razorlight. Yes, can see that. The Labyrinth, yeah. Babe with the power. Jane, speech is important. It's hard to find a guided meditation CD that resonates and is not syrupy. Yeah, I do struggle with that. And actually that goes over into the podcasts and Audible books. When I'm listening to, I listen to the same podcasts over again because I like Sherlock stories and Agatha Christie stories. But you've got to find the right person to read them. Sometimes I'll start one and think, oh, that voice is just grating. I cannot listen to that story. So yes, it's resonance, it's vibrations. Definitely. Yeah, it's about finding your own thing, really. Angela Sin Queen. Oh, bit jealous. I bet he was amazing. Another legend. It is. It's about finding what works for you. Experiment with your meditation music. Experiment bringing music into your ritual, into your spell making. And if you're looking for an offering, can't go a lot better than throwing some music out there or some drumming or something. Maori music, the haka, yes, definitely. Yeah, brilliant. So enjoy your music, work with your sound vibrations, and enjoy yourselves. Hopefully, I will see lots of you tomorrow at MoonCon online. Details on the Moon Books Publishing Facebook page and all over my Facebook pages as well. So yeah, hopefully see some of you tomorrow. Otherwise, I will catch you all next week. Take care, everyone.